Dodging bats with a grin so wide. It's freaking bats, the battle cry. It's a pixelated showdown tonight. Illyria's gonna win this fight. She streams with flair, no doubt about. In her PlayStation world we shout. She's racing through the neon lights. In a digital jungle she ignites. Controller clicking, high-speed sound. Virtual world where she's crowned. It's a pixelated showdown tonight. Illyria's gonna win this fight. She streams with flair, no doubt about. In her PlayStation world we shout. Chat explodes, so many cheers. Level up, conquering fears. Power-ups in endless rows. In this game, the legend grows. It's a pixelated showdown tonight. Illyria's gonna win this fight. She streams with flair, no doubt about it. In her PlayStation world we shout. Chat explodes, so many cheers. Level up, conquering fears. Power-ups in endless rows. In this game, the legend grows. It's a pixelated showdown tonight. Illyria's gonna win this fight. She streams with flair, no doubt about. In her PlayStation world we shout.
Hello, Bat Friends. My name is Illyria, and welcome back to this bed we made. And get some good sleep, Everest. It's nice to see you over on the YouTube side. It is quite late, so do the sleeps. Take care of yourself. Thank you for popping in and at least saying hello. How's everybody doing today? Thank you so much for popping in and the daily dabs and the baddie tests. To Dan, Will, Mr. Bubbles, and Bella. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. And a good Saturday. I slept in, watched a couple of episodes of the new One Piece season with Will on the Netflix, and ate a pretty tasty breakfast, so I'm having a pretty good Saturday so far. Well, if anybody remembers where we left it, beautiful flowers, yes. I'm glad you like it. If anybody remembers kind of where we left off last week, we, I think, finished snooping around 507 and 509. We made some pretty fascinating story discoveries that I definitely wasn't clocking. And, let's see, we left room 509, which was the cruise's hotel room. Let's see, I think we got her locked thing open and found the letters between her and Anna. And, we came out to see a blood trail on the carpet, which was a perfect place to stop, because it was quite the wonderful cliffhanger, if I do say so myself. It has been, I mean, I've been thinking about it. Well, not as much as I normally would have. I really am obsessed with The Last Caretaker, so I've really been doing a lot of that. But, it has definitely also been popping up in there, which means that I am quite interested despite my ADHD hyperfixation being elsewhere. So I'm impressed the fact that it's been able to continue to bleed in despite all I want to do is play The Last Caretaker. So let me bring up my notes for the game on my phone. I haven't taken too much. Oop, of course I just dropped that. Did it go anywhere reachable? Definitely not. Yeah, it went under the chair I'm sitting on. So I'm just not gonna worry about it. Because of course it did. I'd have to stand up and then get on the floor, and I'm not doing that. Yes. Alright, so... I'm kind of at that sort of... I'm fighting with my brain a little bit on, how I want to approach the dead situation in the hallway. Because I feel like we're probably going to be locked out of certain situations or certain rooms or something to that effect, or things will really actually start to progress once we, I guess, cross the threshold and Sophie actually sees the blood on the carpet. I feel like things are really gonna start to make a turn for the really choices kind of matter situation. I mean, so far it feels like the choices that have mattered are how we communicate with our accolade, so Andrew, and on what kind of relationship we're going to be having with him. Obviously, we've also made some choices on certain co-workers getting fired or not. I realized that the choice that I made for going back to a previous save to what I thought was prevent Wendy from getting fired by removing that letter out of her locker was pointless, because me washing off the hypocrite bitch on Linda's door saved both of them from getting fired. So in doing that, prevented either one of them from potentially getting fired. So going back and removing that one letter in her locker was pointless, since I had already made the decision to start off that, I guess, second story arc with our co-workers, but I didn't know that until afterwards. But alas, we shall continue. I don't know what it is, but I feel like as soon as we go into... Oh yeah, that's right, the elevator's broken. Yes, I'm assuming that the elevator can't close because the body is halfway in the elevator, halfway out. So it's preventing the doors from closing. And I feel like once we actually walk over there, that we'll probably be maybe locked out of... I can't turn around. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, it'll probably lock me out of these rooms. And I know I have all the evidence that I've seen thus far in my, in this thing. So I have all, like, everything that I found within the rooms here, so I can always... review them there, but it doesn't always, like, feel the same, I guess. I don't know. I'm nervous about making the game go forward. Mostly I don't want to go to jail. I didn't do anything besides... Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. Just bite the bullet. Especially since I'm dumb and didn't put the do not disturb thing back up on 507. Oh. Before I forget, if at any point throughout today's playthrough anybody decides, wow, this is a pretty neato schmeato game, I would love to play this myself. How do I find it? Well, look no further, my friend and... friend. I have pinned a comment that it contains all of the links to digitally download a copy of the game on your favorite gaming apparatus, so long as you have a PlayStation 5 or 4, a Steam account, or an Xbox. Oh boy, Bloud. Oh, yep, there it is. Breathes heavily. That's a Manchu? Uh-oh. That looks like Mr. Cruz. He's got a flesh wound. Why is there blood down his back? Thank you so much for the Daily Dabe.
Mr. Cruz?
Yeah, I knew it was Mr. Cruz.
Mr. Cruz.
Aw, Mr. Cruz.
Oh god. Oh god. What happened?
I don't know. It looks like he died, but why is there blood down his back? I'm not gonna do that. How you doing today, senpai? I hope you're doing the fabulous. Okay, so I can... Well, I'm not gonna loot him. I'm just gonna take a peek. I don't have to touch any of this. because it is very possible for me to go to prison for being caught tampering with evidence. Well, the last time I checked. It's an anime and laundry day. We vibin'. Oh, good. Sounds like a pretty chill Saturday. That's nice.
Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him?
That is a great question. Why would he have it on himself? Please renew policy at least 1 month before expiry date. Yes, sus. Yeah, right? You're having... Oh, he having a bad Saturday. He said we having a bad Saturday. Yeah, he is definitely having a bad Saturday. Okay, the beneficiary is his wife. But of course. Okay, so this doesn't expire for another 20 years. Date of commencement was February 6th, 1958. It is February 17th. But, so this was taken out 4 days before they left for vacation. Good old-fashioned life insurance fraud, perhaps? Well, no. Nope. I mean, 10 grand ain't a lot. That is such a small life insurance policy. It feels very small even for the 50s. $10,000 isn't really going to give you a whole lot.
Marcella? Okay, let's not jump to conclusions.
I mean, we don't have... Are you not going to say anything about the questionable date of commencement? Obviously not, because I find that more... I mean, if anything, that supports who the beneficiary is. At least how, Okay, we're gonna put that back. Okay.
Is this about Paul? Does that mean...
I don't know. Let me read it. Whoa! 5-stream streak? You forgot about this. Oh, well, hold on just a second. Let me get your... Not steak. If I could spell. There we go.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. And thank you for the daily dab. Welcome in. Wolf, how you doing today? 200, that's a little low. Try again. Nice. Thank you for the completing the leaderboard for today. Also, we're gonna do that for that streamy streak for today. 301 is a little bit better. Thank you for... Oh. Dear Mr. Cruz. That's right. I think Mr. Cruz and Paul were seen... No, the bot doesn't like me anymore. Well, maybe not today. It is definitely giving you some low rolls. Oh, goodness. I do... Okay, this was stated for yesterday. I do recall something mentioned somewhere that Mr. Cruz was seen in an argument with Paul. Dear Mr. Cruz, thank you for reporting that guest's unacceptable behavior. We will look into it as soon as possible. However, I regret to inform you that we cannot divulge a guest's personal information, regardless of that guest's behavior. As I am sure you will understand, we are very concerned with our guests' privacy, and our staff prides itself on its discretion. Please contact us. Please contact us should that guest bother you again. Yours sincerely, Bernard. Okay, hotel manager. These are the only two things I can see. Yeah. It's still... Why does he have blood down his back? I mean, he also has blood on the back of his neck. So could he have been, like, hit on the back of the head? Because head wounds bleed quite a lot. So strange. Okay. Well, obviously, he crawled himself this way. Given the odd nature of this blood trip. Bye. 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 Goodbye. Didn't fucking do it. Didn't fucking do it. Nope. Nope. Not me. I didn't do it.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I'm about to get the fuck up out of here and leave. Oh, shoot. I have a sound alert for that. Let's see. Oh, actually, I think it's a redeem, maybe? Unless I turned it off. It is quite possible I did. Whoop.
Bite. Bite.
There it is.
Bite. 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 Goodbye.
Okay, so... Hold on. I just kind of like fucked off real fast because... Alright, 5th floor. Okay, so Hector's insurance certificate. A bloodied piece of paper found in Hector's back pocket detailing his life insurance policy, which... Why would he personally have? Okay. Hector, what on earth happened? I was on the 5th floor and heard the elevator door ringing repeatedly, so I went to check it out. I found Hector's body between the elevator doors, lying in a pool of blood. I checked his pulse. No, you fucking didn't. I couldn't feel anything. On his person were 2 pieces of paper, a letter from Bernard, and a copy of Hector's life insurance policy. My head is swirling with questions. What does it all mean? How did this happen? What could have done this? Who could have done this to Hector? If this was, in fact, someone else's doing, he didn't brain himself in the back of the head. She's surprises me how dumb she can be. And then the lights went out, as if the situation wasn't ominous enough. I need to get the power running again, and then figure out what to do about poor Hector. I may as well try fiddling with the fuse box in the janitor's closet. Yeah, it's kind of... La 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 la. La 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 bo-ba-do, bo-ba-do. Okay, sweetie. Why is your job to get the lights back on and solve the murder? Well, I think Eugene is nowhere to be found. I think he left after he left that present in Bernard's office. I overheard, since I went back and I cleaned up his mess, I think I overheard Bernard mention that, that Eugene wasn't anywhere to be found. So I think he left that mess and left the hotel. So I don't think anybody is here on the maintenance team. I believe, do I still have the screwdriver? Well, I guess I do.
It's too big. I guess I'll need something pointier.
Ah, yes. So a sword. I shall find that for you. Lockpick needed. Okay. Damn it. The fuse box is locked and I have to get it open. No calling Eugene for help now. What could I use to pry it open? There must be something here on the 5th floor. We've got so much clutter around. I'm sure I'll find something if I just go looking.
Think, Sophie, think. What can you use to open the fuse box?
Oh, I don't know, hippity skippity. Is there a crowbar or something in here? That ought to do it. Let's see. Let's check this. A hammer.
If there's anything here that would help me.
There's a fucking hammer! Are you kidding me? Okay, I mean, what do I know? Okay, I see a bunch of paintbrushes, some tape, lights, a paint roller. Yeah, it's really coming down, goodness. There's a grouting thingamabob. I don't remember seeing anything that I could use. Maybe not here, but let's see if, I doubt I have anything on my cart. But this guy... No, he was in 505. The power's out on the 5th floor. Wouldn't the power be out everywhere? Maybe... Paul has something I could use. Oh, I know. How about the gun he has in there? I can shoot it open. Right? I mean... I can't think of anything else that I have found around here. I mean, there's these weird tong things, but I probably shouldn't be firing a weapon inside here. I honestly don't remember seeing anything, unless they want me to walk down the hall. I'm not picking up the murder weapon if he was hit with something from behind. Because that's honestly what it sounds like, or what it looked like to me, that he was... Ew. Why is the floor all gross right there? Yeah, okay, he may not have anything then. Let me see. I doubt... I can just throw it away. Okay, so yeah, that's not the answer, even though that would have been a fun answer. Throw away. So just toss that in the bin. Okay, yeah, it feels like it wants me to go down the hallway since... Oh, I'm gonna have to walk through the blood. Okay, here's a little thin mark. Just right there. Alright. I'm sure that's the proper way to dispose of a firearm. Of course it is. How else would you do it? Oh, maybe the guy in 504. He was in accounts receivable. He might have something to jimmy the door open, I betcha. Well, I mean, he's got...
FBI, open up!
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Do you really not have anything? You place pillow.
This can wait.
Why is there a placed pillow? Ew, that stain's gross too. Why did I not see that before? I mean, there's a fucking pillow there. Do I have a bonus pillow in my pocket I'm not aware of? It's surprisingly light in here. Okay. What? Oh, that's a scrub brush. I do have big pocketses. Or, pocketas. My pocketas is full. Okay, okay, wow, this was quite the struggle. Ugh, I don't want to walk in it. They'll frame me for murder!
Hello? Is anyone in?
I take that as a no.
Hello?
Stop. Is anyone in?
I need help.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is home on the 5th floor. Okay, odd suitcase. Alright, here's a little empty patch there. Alright, Sophie makes some crazy choices. Study her like a bug, my god.
Hello? Is anyone in?
No. They're not. Hold on, let me check. Need to... Alright, there we go.
Hello?
Oh my god.
I need help.
If nobody's answering the door and nobody came out after all the lights went off, that means nobody is here on the 5th floor. Or they're sleeping. But I doubt that very much. So how about we take our master key of master keyery and just, I don't know, start fucking looking in people's rooms. Okay, so this is where shit happened. It's the murderer. It's an ice pick. He got stabbed with an ice pick. Thank you for the daily dab. Oh, welcome in. Do you want to be called Sneaky or Ducky? Or does it not matter? I will call you whichever you would like. I see that hydrate didn't work. I think blurb needs to be...
Now you listen to me,
there it is.
Cupcake. Go drink some water.
I shall. Let me do a little refreshy on blurb, just in case. Give it a little real water. Indeed. I actually have water, but I also have Red Bull, a hydration drink. Okay, that looks like a necklace. I really don't want to use the murder weapon. Are they seriously suggesting that I turn the lights back on using the murder weapon? Are you fucking kidding me? want to do that? Oh, okay, this is a cigarette case. A, B. Anne Boleyn? No, that's vintage. See, it is very fancy. I like it despite what it holds. You know, you could actually repurpose that to be a money clip. So you could put like cash on one side, and you could probably put your ID and some credit cards on the other. It would be a really nice little wallet. If pencils in there or something. Okay. Yes. AB is definitely an Beaumont. The name that came to mind was Baudelaire, but I'm like, no, that's a series of unfortunate events.
A, B, and Beaumont.
Uh-huh.
A, B.
Yeah, okay.
And Beaumont.
Oh. Okay, I'm not gonna throw anything away. Okay, we've got our Siggy case. They so gross, but still ate them as a kid.
These look like Marcella's pearls. What happened here?
I don't know. Probably a struggle and broke off. I mean, I don't know. When people get stabbed with shit, they tend, especially in the head, they tend to get a little woozy and start falling over. And it could very well be that she was standing there. Martha. No, Martha. And he just grabbed them, trying to prevent himself from falling over. Parents fully refused to buy meat. Oh. I'm gonna move this up just a little bit, so let me see. It didn't have a little inspecty thing. Let me there's the little inspecty thing. Okay, so I just want to make sure that chat was not sitting under it. It made it a little difficult to see some of the beginning parts of sentences. Okay, so we got... Oh, wow. Look at the size of that fucking camera lens. That is... Oh, wow. That lens goes all the way out, Griffin. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's Paul's camera for show, for show. I see some stuff back there. It's about average? Are you really doing that now? Okay, I don't want to step on the murder weapon. I can throw away. Hot damn! Look at that! It's fucking extendo clip. On a camera like this? Yeah, never mind. That's what I thought. This is not your average camera lens. Nowadays, a camera lens this extensive would be thousands of dollars. I don't know how much they would have been back in the 50s, but this was something very expensive to leave behind. Do I have nothing to say about it? Because it's clearly, is she going to know that that's a camera with a very long lens? Not the kind of camera on everyday person would have. Obviously, who's the only one that we've come across with film? Uh-oh. Here we go. Then walk over the bucket.
Poor Paul. Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best headspace.
February 14th. Montreal's much bigger than I had expected. Big cities always make me feel lonely. And that feeling was only exacerbated this morning by the fact that everyone around me was speaking a language I could not understand. I bought an English-French dictionary at this train station, but I don't think I'll need it after all. English speakers seem more common in the downtown area, thank God. The hotel is nice. When I arrived, the whole staff was busy getting ready for some big event. It wasn't until I saw Marcella enter the lobby with a flower bouquet that I realized today's Valentine's Day. Hector and her were gone in a flash, and I was left feeling more alone than ever, wishing Lindsay was here with me, helping Marcella out. These past weeks have been a great distraction, but it still hurts so much every time I think about him. I had hoped the pain would have gone by now. I'll probably need a double dose of melatonin to sleep tonight. Agenda. He has nice handwriting, though. Very practiced. Unlike my own. I can write and read in cursive, I just prefer not to.
Oh, so Paul's work with Marcella was to follow her around like a private investigator, to help her with research for her novel.
Okay. November 22nd, 1957. Dear Paul, I am sorry to hear you are in such a dire situation. You seem to possess a lot of useful skills, and it's a shame employers cannot see past your medical history. But don't despair. I have been writing novels for almost 8 years now. My publisher takes most of the most of the sales revenue, but I was still able to collect a substantial sum of money over the years. Now, I would like to use that money to hire you. Okay, so I was kind of sort of... Hello, Artie McFarty. How are you doing today? Thank you for the daily dab. I'm getting tired of romance novels, and I'm thinking of branching out into crime fiction as a sort of research. I would like you to follow me around town and take notes on my comings and goings. I'm aware this is a very unusual job, but considering you were able to track me down, I believe you would make a great private detective.
Little butt crack.
Oh.
Be quiet.
What did you have
This
for
is a ninja mission.
for lunch? Did you and the fam go out somewhere? And was it good? Oh, well, that sounds nice. In addition to, I know why you did that emote, Mr. Bubbles. Please keep it to yourself. Please keep it to yourself, so I know exactly where that's coming from. In addition to your salary... Hello! You read the game title as The Bed We Wet! Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. I misread and mishear shit all the time, so that really tickles my funny bone. I appreciate you sharing that thought with me. Oh my god, welcome in. How you doing today? Oh dear. Goodness me. In addition to your salary, I would cover all work-related expenses, and you would, of course, be the first to read the manuscript once it's finished. Sincerely, M. Okay. So... Oh. This feels like a giant misunderstanding. I mean, obviously my musings or theorizing out loud has only been partially correct as we've gotten bits and pieces, but it says a... Oh, there were more? It says there was a second letter. Did it let me? It says turn object plain text. Yeah, there are clearly... Are there... Oh, that's why. The next page button is covered up by me.
Paul really got into his role.
Okay. January 13th, 1958. Dear Paul, I hope spying on me isn't proving too exhausting. You've really inspired me so far, and I already have tons of ideas. The trench coats you bought were a nice touch. You look straight out of a film noir. I also noticed you started smoking. It's probably another way for you to get into character, but maybe that's pushing it a little too far. You know best, of course, but don't pick up drinking next. At this rate, I should be able to start writing in 2 or 3 weeks. Thanks again for your help.
Yeah, you
Followed
listen to me,
Marcella to
little
Montreal
cupcake.
even though she
Go
was
drink
done
some
with her research.
You got it. Thank you for the hydrate. Paul, why did you follow me to Montreal? As I already told you, I do not require your services anymore. I am starting to worry you are taking your role a bit too seriously. You are not a real detective. You have to let go. Oh. Wait, so was there more here? There's more
Paul
here.
just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us.
All right. Okay, February 15th, Today I wanted to follow Marcella and Hector out of the hotel, but the sidewalks were so packed with people that I started having a panic attack. I tried taking a cab, and that's when I realized I was all out of money. It's been a while since Marcella's last payment, and the hotel room was more expensive than I had anticipated. I couldn't resort to selling the camera, so I decided to pawn my victory medal instead. It was hard letting it go after so many years, and yet it also felt strangely liberating. Maybe it's a sign I shouldn't be holding on to the past so much. To fight boredom until Marcella and Hector's return, I started looking at the hotel's staff. I heard Andrew and Beth at the front reception desk discussing books and movies. They both seemed like nice people. I wish I had found the courage to join their totally normal behavior, right? To join their conversation. When you look at people all day and never look back, you start feeling invisible. I noticed that Sophie, the maid in charge of cleaning the 5th floor, seems to share my interest for other people's lives. Maybe I should try talking to her. Okay.
Paul was hiding out right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night?
February 16th. Who's sneaking out of their room every night? The question has been driving me crazy since my first night at the hotel. So tonight, I decided to investigate. I found a hiding spot near the ice machine with a nice view of the whole corridor. My camera at the ready. Did he accidentally find out something he wasn't supposed to? Maybe. My camera's at the ready, but there's been no movement for at least 3 hours, and I'm fighting not to fall asleep. No need for Miltone tonight. I thought being a detective would be more exciting. Maybe Marcella's right. Maybe it's time to let go of the Mr. Spade.
"9:45? So Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504.
Huh. Okay, February 17th. I awake around 9:30 a.m. and realized I had fallen asleep sometime in the early morning. I was about to go back to my room when the guest from room 507 came to sit in one of the chairs close by. She's been there ever since, and I don't dare leave my hiding spot in front of her. Marcella joined the guest from 507 around 9:45. Apparently, she told Hector she didn't love him anymore, and he's now convinced she's been cheating on him. That explains why he assaulted me out of the blue yesterday evening and accused me of having an affair with his wife. The guest from 507, I've learned her name is Anne, has just said she might have an idea of how to solve their problem. I'm thinking of revealing myself, but I don't want to anger Marcella. The longer I wait, the more awkward it will be when I do come out. Maybe I should...
Looks like Paul had to stop writing in a hurry. What happened? I was listening to the radio at the time. Did the music drown out the noise?
I turned the radio off immediately because I don't like French music.
Looks like Paul had
Whoops.
to stop writing in a hurry.
Wrong button.
What happened? I was listening to the radio at the time.
Yeah, shut up.
Did the music drown out the noise?
I doubt it. I think you're just blind, deaf, and dumb. You're essentially Helen Keller. Okay, so there's only blood on this page, which seems odd. I don't want to pick up the murder weapon. That's not a good idea. I mean, obviously, fingerprints and shit weren't as prevalent, I guess, in the 19... Well, maybe it was a little bit more prevalent, fingerprint-wise, but, like... I mean, definitely DNA wasn't. I don't think DNA was popular for court cases and physical evidence until probably around... maybe the 90s? I think it was just starting to become admissible in court in the 80s. I want to say. But it was more like blood typing. Stuff like that. I don't want to pick up the murder weapon. Can I put it back? I mean, I guess I don't have any other choice. So it's not like I can go anywhere. The stairs are located on the other side, and a big pile of shit is in front of it, and I can't go anywhere else, so I'm guessing I have to pick it up.
Okay. This looks like something I can use to open the fuse box.
Or he wasn't stabbed with it. There's a shitload of blood on the corner of that thing. It is possible he was just shoved. He fell backwards and hit his head on the corner, which then sliced the back of his head or bonked him good enough to where he was starting to bleed quite profusely. But what are these little rogue droplets? They are high heel prints. Yep, these are high heel prints, because that is the toe of the heel shoe, and the little dot behind it is the heel of the heel shoe. So why are they leading to the window? Well, there's a faded one right there. I think there's another faded one right there. Okay, so they walked through it, but that is a very calm walk. They looked outside and then just turned around and started walking back. Wish I could see better. I guess I will be able to once I turn the lights back on. Yeah, wall. Obviously, I'm not picking up anything on my feet, but it would have really surprised me if he was gone. I kind of half expected him to be gone. Okay. Yeah, him being able to still crawl after that feels a little bit more like blunt force trauma than a stabbing. I'm in the way. There we go.
That worked, thank God. Now, to get the power back.
Ah, yes. Those are fuses, I reckon. Am I allowed to look at any of that stuff? Inspect. Okay.
Eugene, what I would give to have you with me right now. Your note will have to make do.
Okay. So, if there's a power outage and I'm busy preventing another part of this hotel from collapsing, here's what to do. 1. Check fuse box plan for required amperage of each socket. 2. Remove all blown fuses from sockets. Tip: blown fuses are usually blackened. 3. Screw in new fuses in sockets. Make sure amperage is correct. And last, flick big lever to restore power, Eugene. Okay. There we go.
How did this end up here?
Safe combinations. Oh boy. Why is... That doesn't really look so much like... blood. It's kind of a weird color. Maybe ketchup? It's kind of ketchup-y, but that's an awful lot of ketchup.
Not much use without the rest of the code. Unless those numbers I found in the laundry room, could they be part of the same combination?
I don't know. Maybe. Twitch is telling me that we shall be experiencing an adventure in roughly about 30 seconds. So, for those who do not have a subscription or some form of turbo, then I will make sure to not do anything important to the story so you don't miss out on anything. Oh, wow. Artie McFarty wins today. Okay, we don't have 502. 504 has been completely taken off the map, other than maybe what the middle number is? Yeah, I think you should stick with that one. You're liable to roll down if you try again. 509, so that's the 23. I'll have to look at the little thingerbob. Okay, so let's see here. 509 safe combo is 23 for something. Okay, so it looks like this top one is a kind of blackened. And what, so we only have 3 different options? Okay. Ah, yes. Hi, Sophie. Yeah, so these things are probably little fuses around. And there's a couple of them over there. So in the meantime... Okay, confusing fuses. I used an ice pick from the ice room to get the fuse box door open, but I should have guessed my work wouldn't end there. Why couldn't there just be a switch labeled power that I could flip? I mean, there is, but the fuses are also important, Sophie. Some of the fuses in the panel are blown, so replacing those should be the first thing I do. Thank God Eugene left detailed instructions to the inside of the fuse box. It's helpful, in a way, having a task to focus on to keep my thoughts away from Hector. Hi, Ray. Welcome in. Enjoy your lurk. Can I put the ice pick back?
Getting the fuse box open was half the battle. Now I need to take a look inside and fix what needs fixing.
Yeah, I will. Give me a second. I want to see if I can put the ice pick back, because I really shouldn't have it on my person. Because why would I have it? I wouldn't. Here I am, traipsing through all the blood again. Can I please put it back? Thank you. Okay, thank God. Goody, good, goody. I do not want to have this on my person. Okay, so 509 should be here. Basement. Kindle stash. Half erased code. This is 2 and 16. Okay, we guess we can try that one out. We should be back from ads, I believe. Doesn't look like they should still be running. Okay, so let's see if we can take a gander in their safe. See if this is the correct code. So 23 42 16 There we go. Oh no. Gasp, a second gun. Oh. 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 She didn't have anything to say to this? You ruined my life, you fucking moron. I lost my house, my family, everything. And now? You refuse to pay the money you owe me? For years, I gave you my hard-earned money. It was all for nothing. I hope you and the All-American burn in hell. SW. Woman and 3 children killed in house fire. Oh my God. The Williams house, located on 32nd Street, is a total loss. 4 members of a family died in a residential fire last night. According to police and firefighters, flames were seen coming from the 2-story house by a neighbor at around 3 a.m. It took firefighters about 1 hour to extinguish the blaze. The bodies of a woman and 3 children were found in the house. Police identified the victims as Meredith Williams, 32, and her children Thomas, 12, David, 9, and Sarah, 6. Samuel Williams, the husband, managed to escape the house unharmed.
The bodies of a woman and 3 children. 3 children. Oh.
The teddy bears. It's the enforcer for accounts receivable. Yep. Fire and life. Ooh. Oh boy, another revolver. Although this one... Oh, that would be so funny if this was a Smith & Wesson. It's a... Is that a... Does it say 44 Magnum? Yes, it does. That is a 44 Magnum. Huh. I will say that it's not loaded. This revolver doesn't have any bullets in it. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. Fascinating. All right. Hector's gun. A revolver, I think? Samuel Williams. Samuel Williams is a client of Hector Cruz. He lost his wife and 3 children in a residential fire, but Cruz's company refused to pay his insurance claim. Holding Hector responsible for his current situation, Williams has been sending him death threats, and it would seem Hector took the threats seriously enough, considering he brought a gun on his wedding anniversary trip. Now, if my hunch is correct, it would seem Williams is staying at the Clarington in room 504. Those 3 singed teddy bears that I saw in his room when cleaning this morning. At first, they just seemed a little odd, but now they're downright tragic. Did Williams act on his death threats? Is he responsible for Hector's fate? A missing piece. I couldn't resist circling back to room 509 one final time. Call it a gut feeling, or something. I managed to open the safe and found a gun, a newspaper clipping, and an aggressive note accusing Hector and the insurance company he worked for of ruining the sender's life. It's signed SW. That's when it hit me. The guest in room 504 is a man staying alone with 3 singed teddy bears. Does that mean what I think it means? Is SW here at the Clarington? And if so, is he the one responsible for Hector's fate? Possibly. Interesting. Okay. That's another important piece to have. Okay. So it looks like this one is 15 amps. This one is 30. And that one is 20. I don't know, they're kind of... do I have to remove all of them?
This is what I need.
Are you sure? Can I double check my inventory to see which one's the right amperage? Because obviously there's 3 here. But they can't all be the same. I don't remember if there is... Yep, if there is any in here.
I don't think there's anything here that would help me.
Yeah, shut up. I'm just double checking. Okay. Is there not a way for me to be able to actually look? Okay, so place fuse S, place fuse G, or place fuse A. Okay, so 15 amps was what I just removed, so that's an A. So place fuse A is X. Hold RT or R2 and here we go. I think, do we have to, I guess we have to replace them all. So we'll, this one is a type G, which is square. Okay, and that one is a type S. Triangle. There we go. Let there be light. Amateur electrician. Seeing the light. I've never been more grateful for electricity. The light from the window in the janitor's closet was enough for me to see what I was doing with the fuse box. And it occurred to me that had it been any later in the day, I would have been up the creek without a paddle. I'll head down to the lobby, go straight to reception, and get the police on the phone. The nightmare is almost over, or so I hope.
Power's back. Now I should go down to the lobby. Call the police.
Oh, that window. Like, what window? Okay, there we go. Excuse me, door. I wish to leave. You know what I don't hear? The elevator. With power restored, that should be trying to close again. And if there's a body still there, that should still be in the way. Why did the elevator stop trying to close? And how am I going to get downstairs? And why can't I just call downstairs? Why do I have to go down to the elevator or go downstairs? Isn't there like a phone?
Is there anything I've forgotten? Once I leave this floor, I probably won't be able to come back.
Okay, she's got a point. So then it's a good thing that we got rid of our pictures in Paul's room. I mean, depending upon who they question and what information they get out of them, there's at least 3 different potential motives here. To me, it seems like the most viable is going to be the dude in 504. But then why? Let's go take a look a little closer at all this now that the lights are on. I'm obviously just a maid. I don't know shit about fuck when it comes to being a police officer in the 1950s. But okay, I see some... Those are pretty solid footprints. Those are shoes. Probably male shoes. And I also see some heel footprints as well. But why would they continue to step in the blood? And where did they go after that? That's what I'm wondering. Is clearly there were people here. And they didn't escape using the elevator. Howdy doody, Caterpie. Welcome in. How you doing today? Thank you for the daily dab. I'm doing a heckin' investigate. Oh, nice. Oh, looks like you... No more 6%. Yeah, or 5%. Okay, now that we got some light going on in here. Doing all right. I got to sleep in. Let's see. Will and I had a very tasty breakfast, and we watched a couple episodes of the new season of One Piece on the Netflix. Okay, those are really clear footy prints. Okay, so they went... It was a lovely morning. Okay, so those are a little... Yes, he's almost done with school for the semester. Okay, so those are solid footprints. These look... I wish I could bend down so I could get a little closer of a look. Because I'm assuming once I go downstairs I will not be able to come back up here again. Oh, do you not like it? Okay, these are fresh, like just stepped in puddle fresh. They're walking away. Oh, well, at least it's too high instead of too short. That is something that can be fixed. Let's see. So, somebody was looking out the window. And then it looks like there's a clear step that way direction, but there's nowhere to go that way. There's a nice, that is a very nice, wow. That is a very nice fireplace. Oh, okay, I see. I see what you mean now. Okay, I see a faint... I think that's a faint footprint right there. Yes, okay, so... they came over here. I feel like it would have been a little bit more angled. Oh. Why can't I open that? That'd be a perfect place to hide something, and I still have the screwdriver. Okay, so... unless they're just turning around, because there is some faint heel prints going this way. Okay, so... the necklace kind of like throws me off a bit. Thank you for the daily dab. Honor, how you doing today? I hope you're doing the fabulous. I am doing a little bit more looking around before I go downstairs, because as soon as I go downstairs and get the police involved, then I won't be able to come back. And happy Saturday to you too. Okay, so those heel prints definitely go over. They stop at this vent though. Let me see if there's... yeah. I can fit behind here? Seems odd. Oh! I see we have a stream streak for Caterpie. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. I don't understand why I can come behind here. But I guess... I can't open that either? Wait, but her footprints come behind here. I see another one now. Okay, there's another one. And a last one there. With his camera. This must have been where he was hiding. Yeah, he suddenly stopped writing. Okay, I don't think Paul did it. I think he witnessed it, though. Okay, yeah, so the blood on that is because it's a shoe print. 545 ain't bad. And that's facing down. Okay, so that's where he was. We had... He hit his head pretty hard. There's a bunch of high heel prints. Okay, so obviously... Obviously, they were out here either when Hector was murdered or after Hector was murdered. So they were out here having a conversation around 9:30, 9:45 this morning. I don't know what time it is now. Actually, there's clocks. There's no clock there. Of course there isn't. There's a clock here, though. What time does this say?
Now you listen to me, you little cupcake. Go drink some water.
Thank you for the hydrate. Okay, so... Yes, water! This is roughly around 11:25-ish. Yeah, me too. It's aggressive and adorable at the same time.
Hello? Is anyone in?
Riddle me this, riddle me that.
Hey, Sam, you startled me. How you doing today? Okay, so... Random case is random? I don't understand why I can't open any more of these things. You're doing good. That's good. And how's little Jude doing? These smears feel backwards. Okay, that looks like a heel print. We got some... Good, if you can listen. He's cleaning his room right now. Oh. Is he starting to go through a rebellious phase? Okay, so those are more faint. I want to say this suitcase might have to do with who was staying in 502. Because the male footprints don't start until after the suitcase. Those are some strange drag marks. Okay. Those are real close together. This boy is 8, and some days he acts like he's 18, and some days he acts like he's 2. Oh god. Yeah, this sounds about right. Okay, so... Those are really close together. Little hands. Oh, those are two pretty distinct... Okay, so... I still see the heel
Your
bits.
mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
Open. I thought that said clean. I'm like, I'm not cleaning this shit. Okay, hands. I'm still trying to see if there's... feet prints. They're very heavy around here. Where do they stop? Can't open that either. Okay, it looks like the last set of male feet prints kind of end here-ish. And same goes for the heel marks. The heel marks are very faint. So, despite them also being mixed in with the smeared blood, there might be another one there. No looking straight entire 15 minutes from top down look. No looking, so I have to look straight down for 5 minutes? Okay. That's what I have been doing. I mean, that is definitely... Actually... Ooh, that's a good one. Alright, so... These blood smears are very weird. So, like... I'm assuming he got up. Maybe. Well, he didn't, because those are the handprints. I guess he... But if he... crawled over here... What are these? Knees? Are these knees? Maybe they're knees. So, knees and hands. And... Oh, okay, maybe he got up. Maybe those are his feet. They are very close together. So we're doing a little wibble wobble thing. Wouldn't there be a handprint then for stabilization? There should be blood on the walls too, not just on the floor. Yep, then he, I guess, fell over again, took a big land on his knees. I think he tried to stand up. Okay, those might be his feet prints. Okay, and then he started his crawl again. There should be more blood than this. Okay, so we do still have hands, maybe knees. Those must have been when he was finally laying down on his tum-tum and trying to scoot himself forward. If only he wasn't wearing black pants. It would be nice to be able to see his knees. Or what the front of him looks like. So unless they took off their shoes, but where did they go? Oh, I don't like that I can hear that. Although it seems like just one individual. Meaning, like, it didn't look like there was two steps or two sets of... Yeah, those have to be his footprints. Yeah, this is about... Because right there is another female shoe print. And then I think that feels like kind of the last one. At least the last one that I can tell. Or strictly... Oh wait, no, there's one. Right there. They're definitely faint, so they're following him out? But then where did they go? mean, clearly they're not in any of the bedrooms. Well, not in any of the ones that I have access to. There are 3 that are closed. And they're not in any of their own rooms. Okay, so I don't think Paul did it. Why does your character have a... I mean, I don't know. It's a woman. I wasn't paying attention to that. Okay, so... there are stairs over here. I'm gonna have to touch him in order to leave. There should be blood smears and stuff. Some of that stuff should have been moved out of the way.
I knew blocking the stairs would be a bad idea.
Then how did they leave? Okay, well, by removing evidence of Paul being there, that removes evidence of Anne and Marcella being there as well. And with those heel prints that are not mine, at least Marcella was there. And he was killed by a leprechaun, and he summoned a rainbow to escape. All right. Feels like a viable option. He was the only one who escaped. I don't think we can open that one. No. Okay, so we have shoes. Have his suitcase. Yeah, can we call down? Of course they're not answering.
No answer. Andrew must be busy trying to restore the power in the lobby.
Bells are going off. Oh, okay, so time's actually moved. Interesting. Okay, I can't tell if he just got here or if he's planning on leaving. I don't know what those are. Okay, alright, well, I guess I have to figure out how to get downstairs. I'm not sure what else I can do. Does this give me an option to move him? I can inspect him. How do I leave? Leave?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
The worst phone call to make. I restored the power on the 5th floor, but the rest of the hotel is still in the dark. At least I was able to make it to the lobby. I had to move Hector to get inside the elevator. I just want to forget that part, but it happened. It made me think of Mom. How many times did she have to move someone after they had succumbed to a fatal wound? Did she ever get used to it? Oh, Mom. I wish you were here right now. I have to call the police and let them know about Hector. The phone by reception should work.
Phone. I need a phone.
Excuse me, where the fuck did the blood go that was on the floor of this elevator? It just doesn't magically clean itself up because we're no longer on the 5th floor. Continuity issues! Wait. Why did that... Supreme Maid. I definitely didn't clean it up. But we're on the ground floor, so why is the elevator now reading on the basement level? Oh, Super Maid. No, I definitely didn't fucking clean it. I don't hear anybody. That's a problem. Where is everybody? Okay, so it looks like the door over there is open. Let's go behind the front desk. I'm very weary because I literally don't hear anything. Where did everybody go?
Montreal Police Service, Station 22.
There's a man dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby, but the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you.
Okay, so did they not stay on the phone? Did dispatch not stay on the phone with people calling for emergency services back in the day? Guess not. Waiting it out. The police are on their way. I think that's the most I can do right now. It hasn't completely undone the knots in my stomach and the tension in my shoulders, but it's a start. I might as well write a bit to pass the time until they arrive, right? I don't know what will happen next. If my hunch is correct and Hector was indeed murdered, I suppose the police's main priority will be to determine who did it. I'm probably going to have to answer some questions, aren't I? Well, duh. You're the one who found him.
No, I just have to wait for the police.
Uh-huh. Okay. What's this? Okay, matchbook. That's right. If so, 501 Wilson. From 204, flight canceled. Okay. Really hard for me to read, so I guess I'm not supposed to derive anything from that. That is the... Oh, what's that?
Why does the VIP want to meet with Paul? Maybe he fell for his role-playing and wants to hire him as a private investigator.
Weird, but okay. To all reception staff, discard previous instructions. Our prestigious guest has expressed a desire to meet the guest from room 505. I cannot fathom what such an illustrious man wants from such a freak, but if you see him, please direct him towards my office. Thank you, Bernard. Weird. There's more than one paper here, maybe?
Bernard really wants Paul out of the hotel.
Oh, okay. To all reception staff, I have heard more reports on the guest from room 505 and his strange behavior, following people around, spying on guests, etc. As you are all aware, we have a very prestigious guest in room 602, and I would hate for his stay at our distinguished establishment to be tarnished because of some other undesirable guests. Inform the guest in 505 that he must vacate his room as soon as possible. Invent an excuse if you have to. Also, note that from now on, our if you can pay, you can stay policy no longer applies. Guests who do not fit the hotel new elevated standards should be denied a room. Thank you, Bernard. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I can see how this could make Paul look bad. But it's obvious Bernard cares more about the hotel's reputation than the guests' well-being.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. Two letters from Bernard, probably sent in close succession. Yeah, more than likely.
Is this the brochure Andrew was talking about? The one that came in the mail for Anne?
Oh, yeah, maybe. California's Golden Coast. Ride the roads to romance. San Francisco to Los Angeles.
The West Coast. That's about as far from Montreal as you can get without crossing an ocean. So Anne and Marcella really are planning to run off together. Was what happened to Hector part of their plan?
I don't know. I mean, I could see that being for, like, Anne's husband, because she was in the process of trying to divorce him, and he was also abusive. But, like, Hector's not like that. At least, not that we know. Pass Marcella from Chicago, Illinois to San Francisco, California. How do they plan on getting to Chicago, Illinois from Montreal, fucking Canada? Riddle me that, Batman. Tourism pamphlet for California. 3 train tickets delivered by mail. Okay, can I not do anything with the key box? Evidently not. Alrighty, can I ring this one too? Yay. Okay, well, it seems that those are the only things that I can interact with behind the reception desk. Oh, alright.
Hey,
Andrew.
you're here. I've tried restoring the power, but I think Eugene's the only one with the key to the fuse box, and Sophie?
Oh, that's right. I
Don't
put
worry.
the ice pick back.
I'll find a way to bring the lights back on. Hey, you look a bit pale. Is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector.
He's back? How's he taking that whole thing with his wife?
You don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Andrew.
Jesus. Maybe you need to sit down, huh? Did you call the police?
Yeah, they're on their way.
What happened? Was he sick or something?
No, I don't think so. Someone did this to him.
You mean... Jesus. Do you think it could be Paul?
No. I don't think it was Paul. Paul doesn't really have a motive, even though he's playing detective. He would have really no excuse or no reason to want Hector dead. I don't think it's Paul.
What about Anne and Marcella? Their affair is a pretty good motive. I also found a letter from one of Hector's customers. He seemed really angry. I guess it could be him as well.
The police will want to ask you a lot of questions. You may want to be careful about what you tell them. With Paul's history of mental illness, there's a good chance they'll suspect him even if he didn't do it.
What do you mean? I understand.
I think I know what you mean. Some people seem to assume that spending time in a psychiatric hospital means you're a murderous psychopath.
Yeah, they really do. You know, when I was 19, I studied to be a priest. But I felt so lost. I couldn't enjoy the things I used to like. I could barely get myself out of bed. So I ended up going to a psychiatric hospital. And the doctors, they helped me get back on my feet. But when I returned to my hometown, it was like I had become a complete stranger. My mother kept telling me I was making it worse in my head, but I swear, people were changing sidewalks when they saw me, looking at me as if I was this dangerous creature all of a sudden. That's why I didn't tell you that.
What?
Call it coincidence or fate, but that psychiatric hospital, it's the same one Paul went to. I've met him there, talked to him a bit. I'm sorry I didn't say anything before.
It's okay. I get why you didn't.
You do?
My mom has a mental illness too. I'd rather not talk about it.
You know how I tell everyone that my mom's sick, bedridden? Well, it's true, but I always leave out the part about her illness not being physical. I'm ashamed of the truth. So even though I don't know exactly what you went through, I can understand.
Thank you for telling me. I know it's not an easy thing to talk about, but if you ever want to talk about your mom, I'm here. They're here. Promise me you'll be careful with the information you share.
Yeah, of course.
Miss Roy? Miss Roy? Miss Roy!
Oh, shit,
Oh.
that's right.
Sorry, I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors, so I went out in the corridor, and that's when I saw him. All the blood and...
Why was the elevator bell ringing?
I'm sorry?
You said you heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child after all.
Okay, Mr. Cruz's body was blocking the doors. I'm not sure, a malfunction probably. Well, I mean, despite there being magically no blood on the floor of the elevator by the time we got down to the ground floor, it should still be there by the time the police get there. So, given where the blood is located, they can definitely surmise, just from their peepers, that he was partially in the elevator blocking the doors. So why would I lie? Especially if I'm the one who found him. So I don't see how concealing that information is hurtful. And I have a perfectly logical explanation as to why I had to scoot him out of the way. It was the only way off of the 5th floor. So I think telling the truth here should not put me in any form of danger.
Well, Mr. Cruz's body was preventing the doors from closing.
Really? When we found the body, it wasn't that close to the doors.
Oh, the stairs are blocked because of the renovations, so the elevator's the only way out of the 5th floor. I had no choice but to move the body. Just a little.
Ah, so that explains the traces we found. Thank you for clearing that up. So, what did you do after that?
Well, that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
No. It wasn't locked. If they were looking... I mean, I guess initially, if they weren't looking close enough, they wouldn't see any tool marks on the lock. But... it would explain why, if there was any blood on the ice pick, because I couldn't tell if there was or not, why my fingerprints were over them instead of under them. So I don't think lying, saying that it wasn't locked, because then, I mean, something like that should be locked. But they can easily prove that that's not the case. So...
No, I didn't. Only Eugene does. But I thought an ice pick might do the trick, so I went to the ice machine to get one.
You're a size 7, I suppose.
I don't know.
Yes, I am. Why?
What did you see when you went to the ice machine?
There was blood. A lot of it.
Did you touch anything?
Just everything. Just everything. Okay, Twitch is telling me that we'll be experiencing an ad break in roughly about maybe 30 seconds. So I will, luckily there isn't a time limit, so I will leave it here so nobody misses anything. But she's like a toddler. She's gotta put her hands on everything. That's just saying that I'm like a toddler because I wanted to touch everything. I might have touched a few things, no nothing. They can easily prove that that's not the case. So I have to provide explanations as to why they would find evidence of me on things. Especially if I'm caught in a lie or tampering with evidence. Yes, but you are piloting a video game character doing a little... The video game won't risk your... That's true. That is absolutely true. Oh, fuck around and find out. See, in the accounting realm... Oh, no, that's FIFO. Not FAFO. Never mind. 'Cause in the accounting world, there's also FIFO and LIFO, which is first in, first out, and first in, last out. Yes. In terms of inventory. So we are in the ad break right now. We're back to the single account class I took in college. A for remembering. But I guess there's really no good reason why I would have touched everything. I mean, obviously, if they're gonna do fingerprint stuff, they will 1000% find that I put my grubby little hands on literally every piece of evidence that they're going to be able to find. And around the initial place of attack, and also in room 509, 505, 504, 507. We have Gigo, which is garbage in, garbage out. When you're doing really any kind of automation. I like that. Crazy old Maurice. I just realized that the detective's name was Maurice. I'm gonna tell him that I touched a few things. I guess. He was in here last night, raving like a lunatic. Fucking glow sticks. Oh, I love that. I love that meme so much. Yeah. Well, actually, I know that there's a... Oh, this one might be a little harder to decide what to do. Let me look at the, because the achievements... Let's see. Yeah, there's an achievement that you can get, called This Bed We Made, or This Bed You Made, which is you tampered with evidence, got caught, and ended up in prison. So I don't know, I mean, I feel like there's no good reason why I touched literally everything over there, except for the fact that I'm nosy and I wanted to look at it. But, but there should be overwhelming evidence, at least against 2 other people, that should ultimately rule me out. Especially since I threw away the photos of myself snooping through people's stuff. I mean, those I guess could have been used to just support the fact that I'm a snoop, but not a murderer. I don't know. This is a very peculiar situation that I found myself in. I don't want to be caught in a lie, but I also don't want them to be like, oh yeah, I may have touched, you know, a couple of things. Sorry. And then like... It's like, alright, that's it, you just admitted to it, you touched things, the evidence has your fingerprints on it, nobody else, so therefore, you killed them. I'm like, I didn't do anything, I'm just nosy. Hopefully they're better detectives than that, so... I don't... Why he asked me why I had size 7. Because those heels, heel prints we found in blood, they probably wear the same size shoe as me. But if they, I mean, obviously, I stepped in it. So there would be blood on the bottom of my shoes. I feel like hoping they don't immediately imprison you is better than lying about not touching and getting caught by finger... Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, but... I mean, that's also... I'm relying on actual, like, how I would as a detective. Or as a policeman. Yeah, as... being smarter than that. Than thinking, yeah, this person touched something they shouldn't, but... it should be fairly easy to rule them out. They literally have no other motive. And they're... If they even, like, look for 3 seconds in any of the rooms that I've cleaned today, they will realize that I'm just nosy. And that there are way more better options than myself. So hopefully they're better detectives than that, but it's also relying on the developers of this game and the story writers to make these cops smarter than I'm probably giving them credit for. I'm gonna tell the truth.
I might have touched a few things, just to figure out what had happened to Mr. Cruz.
Of course you did. Why so many witnesses can't help but compromise the evidence is just beyond me.
Sorry.
Anyway, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
Oh, alright. Okay, I've been snooping around. It's just an assumption. Mr. Cruz received some death threats. Okay, but that little magnifying glass indicates it will come back to this. It's a giant bloody body. Of course it's murder. What the heck, man? I mean, if you just look at the 5th floor, it's pretty fucking obvious that people don't just, I don't know, lose their balance, hit their head, back of their head on the corner of an ice machine, and crawl all the way to the elevator and die with the evidence of his insurance, life insurance on himself. I've completely forgotten what the letter was in his hand. I think it was about Paul and how he reported the behavior and to let them know if his behavior persists, but also like the other footy prints that were in the blood. The police are super fucking dumb, but they're also specifically wording these questions to try to, I guess, catch me in a lie. Police will ask questions they already know the answers to gauge the response and the, I guess, physical, I guess both emotional, physical, and verbal responses of the person in question. If they fidget, if they twitch, if they perspire, if they're clearly uncomfortable there, but all in more of a suspicious manner than just being like nervous, general nervousness because being interviewed by cops is nerve-wracking. I honestly don't remember seeing anything about death threats. I really don't. I don't remember seeing any letters or anything within Mr. Cruz's stuff that was a death threat. It was just like an assumption that she verbally made after we found the one thing that was in their safe. Police is not going to abide that it was just an assumption. I feel like telling the truth is not going to paint me in a very forgiving light. But I still think that I've been snooping is better than just blatantly saying that Mr. Cruz received some death threats. Now I kind of regret throwing away the pictures of me snooping, because that definitely would have supported me just being a general snoop. That's what I do. I've been caught rifling through guests' things and looking at stuff, so that would at least support my claim that I was just snooping, is that clearly that is what I do. I've been caught doing that. I think maybe a general statement might be better than stating something specific. But also, I mean, obviously, it was... you can just assume based off of what we saw on the 5th floor. She's no detective. She couldn't ascertain specifically that yes, it was murder. It definitely looked like it. But why would that be a deceptive? It was just an assumption. Because some things aside, it is quite possible that there could have been a heated argument or something to that effect, and maybe a slight brawl may have come out, and somebody pushed Mr. Cruz backwards. He lost his balance, hit his head, and started to profusely bleed. And on his way tumbling backwards, probably grabbed his wife's a spot of fisticuffs, mayhaps, perhaps. Yes, exactly what I'm saying. That there was an argument that turned into shoving. He lost his balance, grabbed her necklace. It broke off while he was falling backwards. He hit his head. Oh no, this is an unfortunate situation. He's bleeding quite a lot. This is going to look very bad for us. And then he's trying to crawl for help, but I mean those bloody footprints from the heels definitely don't look like it's in a rush. If anything, it walks away, looks out the window, maybe like, oh, did anybody see me do that? I hope fucking not. And then they just, I still don't know where they went. At minimum, there was 2 people present, either his wife or Anne, and probably Paul. So this could easily have been a non-premeditated accident. Because by the looks of it, it didn't look premeditated to me. It looked like self-defense or a complete accident that somebody lost their balance from a shoving match or something to that effect. I really don't know what to say. I don't like any of these answers. Because, I mean, sure, one could assume, but you could definitely build a case on it was an accident, and it was just, what is it? Accidental manslaughter or something to that effect? Or, might have been like 1st degree, 2nd degree. I'm not exactly sure what the degrees are, but it could very well be of just an accident. Because clearly, nobody is left. Probably if it was the result of a shoving match, yeah, maybe just 2nd degree manslaughter. Where it wasn't premeditated, nobody planned on killing him, it was just an super duper unfortunate accident. I don't know. So, I mean, this doesn't feel like it would, I mean, it is an assumption. You could assume one or the other based off of what you saw. And yes, there were some people that were on the 5th floor that absolutely had some motive. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it actually happened. Because there wasn't any blood on the ice pick. I don't think that was used. So it wasn't like a crime of passion. I'm honestly leaning closer. This feels more like an accident than anything. Because out of everyone, why Mr. Cruz? It feels to me that Marcella was just trying to find a way out of her marriage. Probably just gonna run away with her true love. And nothing that I've read about Mr. Cruz seems like he was abusive or would become abusive. Everything that I read about him, he seemed to be a good man. Unlike Anne's ex-husband, or soon-to-be ex-husband. That, I would believe that they planned on murdering him. That I could absolutely believe. But I don't think that Anne or Marcella were directly involved. I don't think Paul had anything to do with it. The only one that I could see, potentially, but that would be a crime of passion, or maybe even you could probably argue for premeditated for the client, because he really did have nothing to lose at that point. But I didn't see any weapons in his room. Just a lot of pain. It's not like he had a gun. He came there with probably the intent to confront. That was quite a long way to travel. Shit, I don't know. I'm leaning more towards it was just an assumption. Because she is just assuming. It's perfectly, for somebody who is, you know, it's easy to assume. Because that's kind of how I assumed it. That's how it appeared at first. But after actually kind of looking at it a little bit more, it feels more like an unfortunate accident than any form of premeditation or anything done on purpose. Especially with where the injury was, that I honestly, yeah, I think that he was just pushed, lost his balance, and hit the back of his head. That's hard to be premeditated. Using the corner of an icebox as the weapon. No, that doesn't... I'm gonna say assumption, even though that says it's lying or trying to, like, fib or something to that effect, because honestly, I do not know. You can make a solid argument for either or. Please don't get me wasted.
I just assumed. What with all the blood. It just didn't look like an accident, you know?
It does to me.
Would you say you're an observant person, Miss Roy?
I think I would, yes.
Good. Then maybe you can help me fill in a few details about this case.
I'll do my best.
We've learned from one of your colleagues that the victim had a fight with a guest named Mr. Spade. What can you tell me about him?
Okay, Andrew told me to be careful. But they don't, Paul spent some time in a psychiatric hospital. Wow, okay. Especially since he knows him as Mr. Spade. He's calling him Mr. Spade to me. That is the made-up name he gave himself and gave the hotel. The only way I would know that his name is Paul is by essentially admitting that I dug through his personal belongings. He's asking me about Mr. Spade, who is a character. I know the intent behind his question, but if you look at the question at face value, I know more about Paul than I know about the made-up character Mr. Spade. So I don't know anything about him. If we're going down to brass tacks, if you want to ask me more about Paul, then sure. But as far as Mr. Spade is concerned, I don't know who that is.
I don't really know anything about him. He seems nice, though.
Nice? I wouldn't be so sure.
Oh?
We found out that Mr. Spade is fresh out of a madhouse. When we called the place, they painted quite the picture of him. Did you ever see him display odd behavior in or around the hotel?
No. I mean, we've all got our little quirks, don't we?
Did he seem obsessed with Mrs. Cruz?
A little, maybe, but...
Obsessed enough to kill her husband?
No, nothing like that. We all have our obsessions. Me, for instance. I'm obsessed with celebrities and gossip magazines, and...
You don't seem to understand, Miss Roy.
He already has
Mr. Spade
his mind
is
made up.
not like you and me. He may look like us, but he's not. He's dangerous and needs to be taken off the streets. So tell me, did you ever see him be violent or aggressive?
He's not interested. He's not interested in doing real police work. Yeah. He had already made up his mind. He is the world's worst detective. He did no investigation whatsoever. But why is he still calling him Mr. Spade? If he knows that Paul was in a psychiatric hospital. He was in a psychiatric hospital under his real name. Why is he calling him Mr. Spade to me? Unless he's trying to catch me in a lie. Well, we found out today that Mr. Spade is a character that Paul invented. He was playing the part of a private detective. He was hired by Mrs. Cruz to follow her around and pretend to investigate her like a private detective. So he created a character to go along with that, since she was planning on making a shift for the books that she was writing from being more of a romance author to dip her toes into more of the crime novels kind of thing. So to inspire her on something to write about, she withdrew that $5,000 from her savings account to hire Paul to help her get the creative juices flowing on writing her new book and help her generate some ideas. So he got himself a trench coat and the camera and all that jazz to play the part. And his services were no longer required before they even left for Montreal. But he got so deep into the character that he followed them to Montreal anyway, which she had said, "Why are you here? I don't require your services anymore." So he's still stuck in playing this part, and so he wasn't there under any other guise than continuing to play this part despite being told it was finished. And which was obviously hidden from Mr. Cruz, since Mr. Cruz is unaware that his wife is an author. She has kept that part of her life a secret since she writes romance novels of the lesbian persuasion, and that is something that she has kept hidden. And so he was completely unaware of the comings and goings of his wife's secret life. Didn't know she was an author, didn't know that she had a girlfriend, essentially, who is Anne. And I'm assuming the plan was that Marcella had suggested that they go to Montreal for their anniversary because Anne lives here. And they were going to run away together. And, I can't remember exactly how long they had been married. Maybe 10, 12 years, I think. But Anne is also running from her husband she's trying to divorce. But, which is why I don't think Paul was involved, and which is why I don't think that Marcella or Anne deliberately planned on attacking him. I think maybe he didn't take being told that she didn't love him and that she was leaving very well, and probably followed her and was trying to talk to her or something. And maybe, I don't know, she pushed him and he fell backwards, grabbed her necklace, it broke, and Paul was behind there because the bloody footprints and heels lead behind the ice machine where Paul was hiding. So I don't know where they are hiding, because obviously no one left. All of their stuff are still in their rooms. I still think this was an accident. Did you ever see him? If that happened to me, I'd leave everything and run. I mean, it's kind of hard to do that when flights are delayed because of the snow. And they aren't going to get a cab. And clearly they didn't get in front of him before the They weren't able to get in front of him, it seems. Or maybe she stepped around him because the bloody footprints do stop at a certain point. And it looked like he had some pretty decently sized blood pools right next to the stuff cart that was in the middle of the hallway. Maybe he did a brief pass out or something, maybe lost consciousness. She stepped over him, took the elevator down, and they left, and he regained consciousness and continued crawling back to the elevator and wasn't able to get anywhere before he succumbed to his, before he bled out. I don't know where they are. I just know that all of their stuff is still in their respective rooms. The only thing that's gone is them. So, I don't know where they are. Did I ever see him be violent or aggressive? Well, throughout today, I've read things about him being violent or aggressive, but I personally have never seen him. He's seen me, obviously, because he was snooping on me as I was snooping on others, but I don't think I've actually ever seen him do anything. I can take a stand or deny it. I don't know what either of that... I don't know what take a stand means in this context. Did I ever see him be violent or aggressive? Am I going to take a stand in his defense? I don't think I should appear to be as emotionally involved. But, I mean, he's already made up his mind. And we have way too many witnesses in the, I think I really did him a disservice by...
Now you listen to me, you little cupcake. Go drink some water!
I think I did him a disservice by leaving the evidence of his time in the psychiatric ward, because the only way that they would have been able to find out about that is if they went through his stuff in his room and saw his, like, medical records or whatever it was I mean, obviously, I'll keep myself out of prison by doing that. This conversation would probably be different had I not essentially handed him over on a silver platter with leaving all of the evidence in support of his mental health issues. Because if I'd probably have to make tougher decisions, or I would have been under the microscope a little more heavily had I taken him off the table as such easy bait. I'm gonna deny it because I'm not sure exactly what take a stand means in this context. I don't know if it's in support of what he's saying or if it is I'm not sure exactly what that means. Did you ever see him be violent or aggressive? No, I haven't.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry I can't be of more help.
No, I'm sure you are. But we're not quite done yet, Miss Roy. The victim's wife, Marcella Cruz. Apparently she left in quite a hurry this morning. What can you tell me about her?
Oh. I guess it could have been this morning. Marcella has an affair with another woman. Has? I don't know anything about her. Interesting. Okay, so... How would I know? That she's having an affair had I not snooped through her stuff? Because that's really gonna start pointing the finger at other things. Especially for being a deviant. If anything, they'd arrest her for that. Lewd behavior, or whatever. I don't know. If I had to, based off of what I've found so far, I think the guy in 504 is a red herring. Sure, he has pretty good motive, but I didn't find any evidence that he was there. I found more evidence that Marcella was there, and that Anne was there from their discussion earlier in the morning. I think it was ultimately an accident. He found them together, probably having a conversation, maybe overheard something while he was walking down the hallway, confronted her about it, they got into a heated argument, and maybe, I don't know, he grabbed her arm or something, and she pushed him, fell backwards, hit his head, and they booked it. Marcella seems to be the one who's the likely choice. But her... He will ask me additional questions if I indicate that I know that she had an affair. I mean, if they looked at my pockets, they would definitely be able to see that I still had a key to one of, to Anne's, treasure box thing. Memory box. So... still, with his adamant behavior about Paul, I don't know if that means that I personally am in the clear of being accused. So by saying, I mean, there's really not much, and they can find all this evidence on their own. So they don't necessarily need me to confirm. I don't want to I guess out Marcella in a time like this when they can put that together based off of just reading her stuff. So I'll claim ignorance.
I don't know much. Only that she looks like a loving, caring wife.
Really? That's odd, because we learned a lot about Mrs. Cruz when we went through her room. And let's just say that loving, caring wife are not the first words that would come to mind.
Oh?
She's a lesbian, involved in some sordid affair with the guest from room 507, Mrs. Beaumont. Have you ever witnessed them engaging in immoral behavior?
What do you mean?
I'm asking if you've seen them being, you know, intimate.
No, I haven't. No.
And did you hear them discuss their deviant ways in front of Mrs. Beaumont's son, perhaps? Imagine what kind of effect such perversion can have on a young child.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Did you hear them express their hatred of men? Did they ever talk about using violence against men? Did you hear them speak ill of Mr. Cruz?
Okay. So maybe he's just using this tactic as a means to... because he seems equally as hellbent on this as well. I think I'm going to respond with the same intensity as I did before, because if I have a different level of emotional response, if I take a stand against a claim that he's made on one accusation set than another, when I claim to know nothing about them, I feel like that might shine a light at my deception. So let's stay with the denial, just straight denial.
No, I didn't hear any of that.
All right, then.
Can I leave now?
Yes, yes you can. Thank you for your cooperation, Miss Roy. We'll be in touch if we have any more questions.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. I was not wearing pink before.
Bernard was strangely chipper on the phone. That can't be a good sign. I guess I'll know soon enough.
Oh. Okay. Maurice Tremblay. Maurice Tremblay is a detective lieutenant with the Montreal Police. He's about what one would expect from a detective. Stern, straight-laced, tired, and always carrying either a mug of coffee or a notebook. He looked like he hadn't slept in days, which makes sense with how hard the police have been working themselves trying to round up every last supposed deviant in the city. Jesus. Maurice is old-fashioned, like a lot of men his age. His assumptions about women, for anyone who isn't like him, for that matter, made that clear. I wish he wasn't the one in charge of the investigation into Hector's murder, but I'm not sure any other detective would make much of a difference. Roger. Roger is the policeman who escorted me through the precinct when I was called into the to be interrogated. He seems nice enough. I wish I had more to work with, but I have to remember that I can't get inside everyone's heads. The interrogation. I never imagined I would be sitting in an interrogation room at a police precinct. It was like something out of a crime film. The kind of scene you watch and wonder what you would do if you were in that character's place. I did the best I could when answering Detective Trembley's questions. He seemed content with what I gave him in the end, so I hope that's for the last time I'll have to deal with the police. I suppose there's nothing to do but wait for the outcome of this investigation. How very meta. After the storm. It's been tough being alone with my thoughts since the hotel closed 2 days ago. According to the papers, the police are still investigating and haven't made any charges yet. I just hope they take time to get it right. The last thing this whole ordeal needs is an innocent person put behind bars. Anyway, this morning I got a call from Bernard calling me into the hotel. He sounded surprisingly chipper, cheerful even. I wonder how it'll feel walking into the Clarington again after everything that's happened. Sounds like he's happy that deviants were discovered. But why would he call me in? Am I gonna get fired?
Let's go see what Bernard wants. The atmosphere is so different in here. Will it ever feel like it used to? Empty. I guess all bookings are canceled until further notice.
What's with the lone balloon? That is so out of place. Why is there a balloon over here? Okay, but why does the bottom of the door have the same tile as the wall? That's very weird. Okay, here's a newspaper. Maybe it's a new one?
It'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens.
Yeah, probably. Let me look.
Anne, Marcella, and Paul are all suspects for Hector's murder. Was there anything I could have done to protect them?
Did they not uncover the dude? What's his name? Williams? Smith & Wesson? So that was Samuel Williams? What about him? Yeah, well, I didn't exactly throw away any potential evidence to point the police in a particular direction, but I also was trying very hard not to tamper with potential evidence. So I looked at things, but then put them back exactly where they were. So I didn't try to persuade the police in one direction or another. Again with the fucking lease oil. I think he's at an impasse because he's conflicted by his hatred towards people with mental health issues and the gays. What a dickbag. The Montrealer. 35 pages? Montreal, Wednesday, February 19th, 1958, 10 cents. Death and deviancy at Clarington's doors. Montreal police continue to move forward with the investigation into the tragic death of an American tourist, Hector Cruz. The 32-year-old insurance agent, accompanied by his wife, was enjoying a stay at the Clarington Hotel when his life was tragically cut short on Monday. Though the investigation has yet to conclude, Detective Lieutenant Maurice Tremblay revealed to the press that Mr. Cruz's death has been ruled a murder. Multiple suspects have been apprehended and taken in for questioning. One such suspect is Paul Morgan, an unmarried Army veteran who stayed at the Clarington alone, 2 doors down from Mr. Cruz. On Sunday, one day before the murder, Morgan was seen verbally, then physically provoking Mr. Cruz in the hotel lobby. Investigations have revealed that Morgan is a former patient at McCord Psychiatric Hospital in Sucrose, New York. Syracuse? I forgot. In New York. Syracuse. Where... The font is so fucking small. Sweet Sucrose. I fucking forgot. Syracuse? Yes, Syracuse. Who was like... Son of a bee. Sucrose. Yeah, he likes to... bees definitely like to suck on rose. Says. Any hoodles. I think it's Syracuse. Yep. This font is so terribly small. I've never been to New York. Any hoodles. According to the hospital personnel, Morgan was admitted for displaying erratic, occasionally aggressive behavior. He was released less than a year ago. Mr. Morgan immediately struck me as strange and unsettling. Recalled Bernard, owner of the Clarington. I was the most vocal in my desire to eject him from the hotel as soon as possible, and I took great strides to make this happen. No, you didn't. It's wonderful. I don't believe you. He did not. Well, I didn't really take great strides because the person in 602 was like, I love this man. He needs to be my best friend. Send him up. Although no formal charges have been filed as of yet, the incident has led to an increased interest in the movement against the planned construction of the Ray of Light Psychiatric Hospital. In a strange twist of fate, if construction is sanctioned, the hospital is to be located just down the street from the Clarington. The victim's wife, Marcella Cruz, is also considered a person of interest by the police. Mrs. Cruz's absence following the discovery of Mr. Cruz's body was seen as a conspicuous and suspicious, said Detective Lieutenant Tremblay, adding that further evidence suggests that Mrs. Cruz is involved in a homosexual affair. Mrs. Cruz was apprehended by policemen of the... Why does that font have to be so fucking small? By the... What the fuck is that? By the... Gare Centrale de Montreal? Is it Gare? You know, for this game, having, what is it called? Accommodations or whatever. It has like 7 accessibility features. Yeah, for it having accessibility features, readable text is not fucking one of them. because that's way too small. She was in the company of another of the Clarington's guests, one Anne Bursey, whom police suspect is the woman with whom Mrs. Cruz engaged in sexual deviancy. Mrs. Bursey, a resident of Montreal, is a housewife pursuing a divorce from her husband, Louis Bursey. She and her 9-year-old son, Michael, eluded Mr. Bursey by occupying a room in the Clarington for over a month. In an interview with the Montrealer, Mr. Bursey deplored his wife's penchant for melodrama? Yeah, penchant, I guess. And urged her to cease poisoning their son's mind. Mr. Bursey was frank about his... Jesus Christ, stop calling me. Deplored his wife's history of poor... I've lost my train. Oh, okay, where's... It's the third time that phone number I don't recognize has called me today. Where the fuck was I? Urged her to cease poisoning their son's mind. Mr. Bursey was frank about his wife's history of poor decision-making, including making frequent late-night visits to the White Cat. The White Cat is one of the city's many underground bars and meeting spots known to attract sexual deviants such as Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Bursey. Yesterday evening, Montreal police promised more raids to counter the growing number of such establishments. Continued on page 5. Jesus, okay. Okay, can I... Oh, look, the bathroom is finally open. Can't go in there. Oh, I can't take a pee break before I talk to the super dick for brains that runs this establishment. I guess not. How about the elevator? Can I go somewhere else? No. Whoa, wait.
I'm not going back up there.
Oh, fine. Okay, well, there's Bernard's...
I'll go empty my locker.
Andrew!
Hey.
Are you okay?
I've just been fired.
What? No,
It's okay. I just need some time to process it. I'll be on the mezzanine if you want to join me afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Why? Why did Andrew get fired? Was it because he opened the letter? What a...
Miss Roy. Come in.
Wait, did he get my name right this time?
I suppose you know why you're here?
Not a fucking clue. Is it about the murder? Actually, not really. I've got no idea.
I'm not sure, actually. Your phone call was a bit vague.
Yes, well, I prefer to have this conversation in person. We've been getting a lot of press lately, and not the good kind. I wouldn't expect you to understand the position I'm in, but I assure you, it's quite uncomfortable. To have one's life's work blown away like that. All thanks to some sexual deviance and a nut job. It's obvious to me now that I haven't been firm enough. For guests of such morals to be comfortable booking a few nights here and committing such a horrid act. Things need to change. This means elevating our standards to the highest possible level, and it starts with the people working here. It starts with you.
With me?
Yes. From what I've heard, you've been quite the exemplary maid lately. Clean rooms, satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. We'll see for the future, but for now, you'll be allowed to continue working here.
Oh,
Thank you.
thanks.
I'm not done. The police have finished their investigation and left a mess on the 5th floor. I want you to clean it up.
You want me to go back there?
Yes, why not?
I found a dead body on that floor. I'm not going back.
I'll make this simple for you. If you don't do it, you're fired.
Okay. Let's see. Twitch is telling me that we will be experiencing another round of ads in about maybe 45-ish seconds, so I think I'm going to talk through what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do here while ads run, so we don't continue the dialogue while everybody is stuck in Adventureland. Let me look at the achievements. I know there's a couple that concerned, Bernard. Let's see. You got Linda fired. Employee of the month, you got Wendy fired. Nope, I didn't get any of those. Sophie's choice. You chose to stand up to Bernard and quit, but now you have no money and a lot of regrets is one, and which is a silver trophy. And a bronze trophy is all's well that ends well. You completed the game, so there should have been... Oh. See, dead end gone. Thanks to your actions, no one was sent to prison and the police is at an impasse. The real culprit, thanks to your actions, the real question mark culprit ended up in prison. This is California. Thanks to your actions, Anna and Marcella avoided prison. Method acting. Thanks to your actions, Paul avoided prison. Bye-bye, Bernard. With no deviants to blame for his failures, Bernard gave the hotel back to his brother. Oh, crap. Well, Seems like then I should have well, I didn't know. I had no idea what happened at the time. I guess if I got rid of all evidence of Anne and Marcella's relationship, then they wouldn't have been outed. And if I got rid of the evidence that he was, I guess, well, as much of the evidence of him following them around as possible, especially of his time in the psychiatric ward, it would have eliminated that. But I guess Paul avoided prison. Remain at an impasse. Well, they haven't made any arrests as of yet. I imagine they'll be like, well, it's very difficult for us to pin it on one type of person. Clearly it could have been the gays, or clearly it could have been the crazy man. Who should we choose? So maybe I could still get the police are at an impasse to where nobody goes to prison because they can't decide what prejudice to lean into more. Why would Andrew be fired? And does it bode well for my relationship with him if I decide to keep my job. Then I'll do it. You can't fire me because I quit. See, by staying, I'll have to... I imagine she's pretty traumatized by that, and he's... But I don't have a job and I support my mom. I'm my mom's caretaker. I guess I have to think more about my mom than my relationship with Andrew. Because if I quit just on principle alone, then what am I gonna do with mom? I'm not sure what to do. Would anybody be... Oh, on what? Bernard wants... Oh, Val said he'll be here in about an hour. Okay. Bernard wants me to clean up the bloody mess that is the 5th floor. Clearly, Sophie is still traumatized from finding Mr. Cruz there and just seeing everything. It is a crime scene, yes. I don't know if they had official, like, crime scene crews that did cleaning stuff afterwards, but Bernard's also a cheap-ass bitch and thinks, why would I hire an official crew when I've got literal maids that do cleaning anyway? We'll just have the staff do that. So I can see why he's asking me to do it, especially since the 5th floor is my purview, or the Sophie's purview. That's typically her assigned jurisdiction. Is it technically, yes, I think they haven't made any arrests yet. I think it's been a couple of days since I found the body. It would be on Bernard if I cleaned it now, but I want to say that they've probably have gathered all the evidence that they can. This is also 1958, so they've probably gathered all the evidence that they want and have taken everything that they need. And my guess, if Bernard wants to have the 5th floor cleaned, they may have released the scene and don't need anything else. So either I can keep my job and get over myself, or over the trauma that I have from finding the body on the 5th floor and go up and clean it, or I can stand on principle and quit. So I'm not... I don't know what to do. I think keeping my job is a bronze achievement trophy. Yep. And quitting my job is a silver achievement trophy. So whatever I decide, I get an achievement for, but one is, I guess, technically considered higher than the other, but I don't know. In real life, she also has a mother who was a nurse during the war. She was and she's had some mental health issues, and her daughter here is her primary caregiver right now. So I'm assuming that they rely very heavily on her daughter's income. So I'm not sure. I mean, Bernard fucking sucks. But I'm still kind of leaning towards keeping my job based off of I am the only person who takes care of my mother. So I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna value my mom over. Yeah. 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 Because Bernard fucking sucks. But yeah, mostly for continued support of my mother, I will keep my job. Do I like working for Bernard? No. Do I think Bernard is worth working for? No. Do I wish that Bernard would trip and hit the back of his head on the corner of an icebox? Yes. But is that he will eventually he'll get his comeuppance. But I need the money.
Okay. I'll take care of it.
Good. Well, what are you waiting for? Get to work.
Oh, now?
Yes, now. That'll be all.
What a dickhead. Poor Andrew. He lost his job.
Hey.
Hey,
What a week.
you don't say. So what did Bernard want with you?
He wants me to clean the mess on the 5th floor.
He does? After everything you've been through up there? I can't believe it.
Yeah. I wish I would have stood up to him, but I really need this job.
It's okay. I know you do.
Did Bernard say why he was firing you?
Well, I told him about my time at the psychiatric hospital.
Why?
Really?
Yeah. He said that didn't fit with the hotel's standards and showed me the door.
Why did you say that? You were the one who specifically told me to be careful what I say about all that. What's next for you? I know you'll bounce back. Yeah, that was a flub on his part for sure.
Well, I'm not one bit worried about you. I know you'll be just fine.
Yeah. Hopefully I will be.
Think of all the good times you'll have away from Bernard.
It's funny you should say that, because I was actually thinking I'd like being my own boss. I've had this dream for a while of maybe opening a bookstore.
Good.
I can't say I'm surprised.
It just makes so much sense. I'd be able to combine the two things I love most, reading books and helping people. Granted, helping people find books is a far cry from helping them find God, but...
My mom likes to say, there's no job too small. Plus, just by the way you're talking about it, it's obvious it'd make you happy. And that's what really matters, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I'm really glad I have you in my life.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh! Okay, so can I kiss you? I've been thinking about mental illness. What do you think will happen to our... I don't give a shit about it as... Kiss him!
Can I?
Kiss me?
Yes!
Yes.
Please do.
I told you! I was gonna make him your boyfriend! Yay! One good thing happened.
Yeah, it was.
Yay! Yay! Oh, that's fantastic. What? This is you're on the same page, yes. Let's not ruin the mood by talking about mental illness. I don't give a shit about the guests, but we'll just take this way out, I guess.
What do you think will happen to them?
Who?
Sorry, my mind wanders sometimes. I meant Paul, Anne, and Marcella. Do you think they'll be released?
What do you think?
I don't know.
I asked you first.
I wish they'd get a happy ending, but I'm not sure it's that kind of story.
I'd like to believe it is. I think Paul becomes a famed photographer. He gets his own studio and decorates it like a hotel bathroom. As for Anne and Marcella, they move in together. But they keep leaving each other notes in the vents. You know, for old time's sake.
I like it. Maybe you should write that.
Maybe I will.
Yes. Yes, he is. I like Andrew. Oh, here we go. They were all charged! Uh-oh. How could they all be found guilty? Yeah, allegedly they worked together. Yeah. Okay. VIP only. Okay. Fucking Bernard! I mean, I still got a boyfriend. That's all that matters to me. He opened his bookstore. Yay! Let's see. All well that ends well. Okay, what was that one again? It's well, that ends well. In the month. Oh, yeah, I completed the game. That's what that is. Okay, well, I honestly didn't think that all three of them would be charged. It felt kind of like the game wanted either Paul or Anne and Marcella or me or nobody. Open-ended because of player decisions? Yeah. Because depending upon what we decide to throw away, I guess. Leads the detectives in certain directions with their investigation. I don't know. I will admit I'm a bit disappointed with the everybody's at fault ending. That feels a little bit like a cop-out. It's like, because you didn't manipulate the evidence to point towards something else, we as detectives just couldn't make a decision, so we arrested and charged everybody. I'm like, okay. It doesn't feel like a real conclusion to me. But, I guess the important thing is that I kept Sophie out of prison, and she got to keep her job to continue to take care of her mom. And she got herself a boyfriend. So, I mean, that sucks for the other people. I thought it was an accident, to be perfectly honest. But, I mean, I could have sworn that me throwing their personal shit away was going to more negatively impact me in the long run, which is why I didn't. Aside from the pictures of myself. I don't know. Alright, well, I mean, that was this bed we made. Let me switch scenes. Close the game. Well, okay. Interesting. I thought it was good. I definitely enjoyed being able to snoop around.
You listen to me, you little cupcake. Go drink some water.
Thank you for the hydrate. Me turn off my PlayStation. Okay, well, I mean, it sucks that everybody was charged, but I didn't make a decision about my stance on it being an accident until long after I had left the 5th floor to make any adjustments since then. It wasn't something that crossed my mind until I really started to think about it a little bit more. Well, my first instinct is to not shape the narrative because I'm not the detective here, by picking and choosing which evidence I let stay where it is for the police to find to use in their investigation. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about how all of that ended up, to be perfectly frank. But I'm also not disappointed with, like, oh, I accidentally sent the wrong person to jail. Whoopsie. I mean, I honestly don't know who the culprit was. I still think it's an accident. So, I mean, it's sure that somebody's at fault for the push that ultimately caused him to bump his head. And then if there was enough evidence to, right, convince a jury, honestly, I don't think there was. There was enough evidence to support that, yes, Marcella was having an affair, but not that she was planning on murdering her husband. And there wasn't enough. There was enough evidence to prove that Paul was not actually stalking anyone. Well, I guess then by that time he kind of was, because the agreement for him to play that part was already over. But yet he was still choosing to play that part. My read is that he found out about the affair / books and probably confronted or even threatened her about it. I don't take him as a violent or aggressive man. I don't. Not from what I read. Like, I don't think Paul was involved. I think he was stuck in an unfortunate situation because he was hiding behind the ice machine. But Paul shouldn't have been in Montreal at all, because his services were only hired for a period of time that ended before they even left for Montreal. But he continued to play the part of this private investigator despite his services no longer being needed, because I think he was sort of obsessed with being needed or feeling important in some kind of way. I think he was so desperate to find something to it's that fucking person again. Stop. Some person in Indiana. 4th time calling me today. I've lost my train of thought. Thanks a lot, Tony. I got very fake phishing text from the Lenoir DNV. Instead of the Illinois DMV, the Lenoir. Oh, that's a hoot. Fuck you, Tony. You made me lose my train of thought. But, oh, I think that he was just so stuck in this private detective character that he made up that he couldn't stop. To sell them a year supply of Lay's baked potato chips. Well, I'm not going to answer it now. If they call for a 5th time, then I'll answer it and see what the fuck they want. Or I'll answer it how I normally answer calls that from people I don't know, and it's usually City Morgue, you bag 'em, we tag 'em. This is Fred. How may I direct your call? Normally they hang up. But this person is very adamant. They've been calling me in intervals. You say something similar? Yeah. But, I think he's so stuck in playing this part that he didn't take her telling him to stop following her thing seriously, so he continued to do so. And so he was still playing the part. Boogaloo shrimps and pogo sticks. How can I help you? You stack. You stab them, we back them. Yeah, very similar. But I mean, he was hiding behind the ice machine because he was trying to figure out who was leaving their room in the middle of the night. So he wanted to take a picture of whoever it was. And so he was hiding back there to catch whoever it was. And I think eventually he fell asleep and he woke up to hearing Anne's voice at 9:30 in the morning. She was sitting in one of the chairs. It was in the same little section of the hallway, or the little cubby hole or whatever that he was hiding around. And then he heard them talking around 9:45. I'm assuming that Mr. Cruz walked out and caught them having a conversation. That sort of altercation took place while Bernard was still stuck behind the ice machine. Based off on the bloody heel prints that I found leading back behind the ice machine. Because he was mid-sentence in his little notebook when he just stopped. So I think he was hiding behind the ice machine, maybe made a sound or something like that, and either Anne or Marcella walked through the blood behind the ice machine and saw him. He was a witness, but I don't think they really thought of him as a threat or something to that effect, so they always kind of like left. So, because why would she bother looking behind the ice machine? Or why would either of them bother walking behind the ice machine had they not thought that somebody might be behind there? And he was behind there. So he had to have been in the wrong place at the wrong time. So that is those bloody shoe prints after the fact, going behind where where Paul was hiding. I honestly think he's innocent of everything. I think he was just an unfortunate witness to this unfortunate accident. Personally. So, if anything, I don't think Paul got the justice he deserved. I still don't think Marcella is completely innocent. I think it was an accident. And there was probably maybe an aggressive confrontation of some kind. I reckon. I don't know. I would have to play it again and I guess remove all evidence to support their deviancy and his mental illness and stuff like that. So the police have to focus on just the evidence that they find instead of targeting them based off their current prejudices. Because I think I did everyone in this situation a disservice by allowing that evidence to still be found because it was irrelevant. Well, their deviancy is not irrelevant, since it was probably the subject of the conversation that started what I assume is the tussle that ended up with the bonk and the death. But yeah, I don't think Paul has anything to do with it. I just think he was someone who was lost. Hi, Eli. Welcome in, welcome in. Someone who is lost, that was desperate for friendship, camaraderie, somebody to understand what he was going through. And once he found somebody who understood how he was feeling, he didn't want to let go, which is why he didn't listen and continued to do the following thing. But I don't think anything about Paul is malicious, personally. But I digress. Let's see if there are any friends live right now. Let's return the favor to Ray. He raided me the other day, dropped off his friends here, and he's live right now playing Monster Hunter Stories. So let's return the favor, and I'll drop off my friends with him. So I hope everybody enjoyed this bed we made. Let's see, there's still exactly a month left until will follow the light. by thanks. Oh, absolutely. I'm glad you're able to be with us along the journey. I'm sure it's late for you, or getting to be late. So if you have to exit stage left and go to bed, by all means, thank you again for being here. But on April 28th, yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, you get some sleep. Since it is late for you. And I'll catch you again maybe tomorrow. We're doing more story time. Let's see. Yes, it is. Tomorrow is the last Sunday of the month. So we will have another story time stream where we will be reading the last 100 pages of Coming of Winter. So we'll be finishing this book tomorrow, and then the last Sunday of April we will be starting the sequel to that book, Dead of Winter. So please come by tomorrow so we can finish out Coming of Winter. I'm excited to finish it, and I'm also excited to get started on its sequel because I haven't actually read it yet. So I don't really know what it is about. But given where my bookmark is, we only have a very small section of book left. So we will be finishing it tomorrow. So I shall see you tomorrow for the book reading. But we have exactly on April 28th, Will Follow the Light will be released, which I am very excited to play. So I will need to find something to fill the next 4 weeks until the game is released. Oh look, there's feckin' Tony again. I'll have to answer him the 6th time he calls. Since I'm not quite done yet. Stop interrupting me, Tony. But I guess I'll pick another couple of I'll pick out another couple of games off of my rank 1 and put them up on the put them up on the wheel, and we can spin for the game we're going to be playing in between now and when Will Follow the Light releases next month. So I'll take a gander and see what we have on that, and pick a couple of the games that kind of speak to me. And then we'll spin and we'll find something fun to play. Unless anybody has any direct suggestions, we'll just spin again. I thought that was kind of fun. It made picking something off of my to be played list a little easier. But that is all I have for today. Thank you to anybody and everybody who stopped by and hung out with me today. I hope you enjoyed the digging through people's stuff as much as I did. That was quite a fun adventure. And one of my favorite mechanics in the game, or in any game, is Super Snooper. But here are the raid messages. First one is for followers and everyone else, and the second one is for subscribers. Copy the one that best fits your status with the channel, and we will be going and giving X Reagan a surprise grouping of friends, a raid, something. I'm it's starting to become the dumb. All right, copy those. Again, thank you to anybody and everybody who stopped by and hung out with me today. Please come back tomorrow for story time, but until then, I will see you tomorrow for story time. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you later. All right, friendos, have a good one. I'm going to put you guys on my ending scene, but I'm going to get the raid ready. So anybody who would like to come, please stay. Anybody who doesn't normally stay for raids, at least grab your channel points. But otherwise, have a good one. Love you guys. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.